Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Sarah from Who I Am Among the Pages, and if you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and if you're not, thanks for sticking around. So I believe that you all will be seeing this on Bookmas Day 3, and I probably should have done this sooner because you've already seen some of the books in this, but I am doing my Black Friday book haul. So all the books in this video did come from Books A Million. I have a Books A Million in my hometown and a Barnes & Noble in my college town. So I was home, so I went to Books A Million. Not my favorite bookstore. It's near and dear to me because I did grow up going to Books A Million. It's the only like new bookstore we've ever had, as far as I can remember anyway. So it does hold a very sentimental place in my heart, but I have to say I'm a little bit biased and do love Barnes & Noble. So without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so our first book that we're going to talk about today, got on Black Friday, was Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. So this follows Elizabeth, who grew up in, in one of Ostermere's great libraries. So she was raised in a library and is a magical library full of witches and sorcerers' grimoires, and all of these sorcerers are evil. But when an act of treason ends up freeing magic from one of these grimoires, she is blamed and has to turn to a sorcerer to help her out. So I think this is going to be a really interesting story of having to rely on your enemy. And hold on, my cat is chewing on some plastic. Sorry about that. She is just like drawn to plastic, and it's not like she doesn't have toys. She just forsakes the toys and goes for like the scrap of plastic I happen to have left on the carpet. Anyway, so the next book you all have already seen, and that is My True Love Gave to Me, which is a collection of short stories edited by Stephanie Perkins that are written by Holly Black, Allie Carter, Matt De La Pena. I hope I said that right. It's right there. Gail Foreman, Jenny Hahn, David Leviathan. I hope I said that right too. Kelly Link, Myra McIntyre, Stephanie Perkins, Rainbow Rowell, Lainey Taylor, and Kirsten White. I'm very excited to read this, and we'll be getting into it this month. It is on my December 2020 TBR. I'm hoping to be able to read this right around Christmas because I do love a good holiday story at the holidays. Ooh, hit the camera. Okay. So my third book isn't a standalone. It is actually The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I have read The Cruel Prince, and I will be getting a copy of The Wicked King. And so this is the third book in the trilogy. I do believe it's only going to be a trilogy. At first, when I read The Cruel Prince, I didn't like it because I'm pretty new to Holly Black's writing, and there's definitely like a learning curve to it. Like Holly Black is very distinctive. So it took a while for me to get used to. But actually, the farther away I got from Cruel Prince and the more I thought about it, the more I liked it. So I am going to continue on with the series. But long story short, I found out I'm going to get for Christmas the Wicked King for Christmas. So I had to go. I actually originally got the Wicked King, but then had to go through the holy mess of exchanging to get the third one. Long story. So the next book that we're going to talk about today is The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. This book has been on my radar. My cat is playing with a toy. I hope that doesn't bother you guys because I don't have the heart to make her stop playing. Anyway, this book has been on my radar for a long time. When I first got down to school, it is what it is. So when I first got down to school, I had Barnes & Noble for the very first time, and this fall of 2019 was on the Barnes & Noble like YA Top 100. And I was super interested in it because it follows 17-year-old Rin, who, according to the description, cares only about two things: her family and her family's graveyard. So they live in Colburn, which was originally ruled by the Fae, and here the dead don't stay dead. The ones that rise are known as bone houses. Legend says that they're the result of a decades-old curse. When Ellis, an apprentice mapmaker with a mysterious past, arrives in town, the bone houses attack with a new ferocity. So, together, Ellis and Rin embark on a journey that will take them into the heart of mountains, where they will have to face both the curse and the deeply buried truths about themselves. So I'm thinking there's going to be some romance in this, because it doesn't say whether, like, really who Ellis is, or we know Rin is female, but we don't really have any details about Ellis. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect from like the character dynamics in this, but it does seem like this is a really great setup for either a romance or a very, very tight friendship. And either one, like, I love books about friendships. Now she's trying to get the door open. Anyway, I love books about very tight friendships, and romance is always good. And I'm very interested to see whether this is going to be more horror-based or more fantasy, sci-fi based, because really, you know, this is like a typical occurrence in this place. So like they've obviously adjusted to living with the dead rising. I'm just really, really curious about how this is going to play out. I'm not planning on reading this this year, obviously. We're in the last month. But hopefully I'll get to this at the beginning of next year, if not January, February. So, the next book in this haul you guys have already seen, and that is The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. So, I want to start with saying I've actually read Renee Ahdieh before, and I read The Wrath and the Dawn, and I was not a fan. I was not a fan at all. I'm not really sure what it was about it. I just thought the idea of a prince taking a new bride every night to kill her at sundown was really strange, and I don't even remember what the explanation was for that in the end. I just remember being left wanting more, but then didn't like it well enough to read the sequel, The Rose and the Dagger. But this takes place in 1872 New Orleans, where it is a city ruled by the dead. To 17-year-old Celine Rousseau, New Orleans is a safe haven where after she's forced to flee her life as a dressmaker in Paris. So she's living in a convent, and it sounds like over time women go missing and then turn up dead. And I know this. Now she's getting in my drawers. If we could just get through this video, it'd be great. And it turns out that vampires are at play, and I've actually never been one much for vampire romance necessarily. I did read the first Twilight book when I was like 12 and actually didn't mind it at all, but then could not bring myself to get through New Moon. I couldn't do it. But I have read, if anybody has heard of it, Rebel Spirits by Lois Ruby, and that was a very sweet story that I really liked. And this is a time period I really like. This is the post-war South, so you're still in Reconstruction. New Orleans is a city that like really fascinates me. So I think this is gonna, because of all the other elements to it, I am really gonna enjoy this. This is on my December 2020 TBR, so hopefully you guys will be getting a reading vlog and then a book rant on it this month or early next month. We'll see. So the next book that I have has been talked about to the end on BookTube, and I'm so excited to finally have a copy because I also got it on clearance for $3.97, and hello, we love it. We love a sale. And that is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, and I hate when they put these stupid stickers on the front because they don't come off. So this follows Laszlo Strange, who is an orphan and junior librarian. He's been obsessed with the myth of the lost city of Weep, which I take to be sort of a like an Atlantis kind of place. So he has also been dreaming about a blue goddess, and I think this book is going to be very interesting seeing how it wraps up, because it seems like it's very based in dreams and like other worlds maybe. The description really leaves a lot to the imagination. You know, the lost city of Weep, he's a librarian, so maybe, you know, through books he meets this Godslayer character, and yeah, I don't think the description on this is very clear, but if this story is going to kind of come together like I think it's going to, then I think that's going to work to the advantage of the book. So the next book that I have, I'm just going to lean out of the camera, is Rebel Rose by Emma Theriault. Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry, it's French. So this, I believe, is the first book in a new series from Disney Hyperion called The Queen's Council. And what it sounds like is there's going to be multiple of these books that fill in this series and are going to follow each of the quintessential Disney princesses. This one follows Belle, and of course, any Beauty and the Beast retelling I have to have. It's like a legal requirement. So it's 1789, and France is on the brink of revolution. So Belle has, at this point, broken the curse on the Beast, and he is human. But now she's facing opposition with people that don't want her to take the throne that she is being offered. So she stumbles across a magic mirror that holds a dire warning. Belle wants nothing more than to ignore the mysterious voice calling her to accept a crown she never desired. So I think it's also interesting that Belle doesn't want to be a princess. I think there's going to be a lot of conflict between people not wanting her to take the crown, and then she has to take the crown. So yeah, I'm really curious about how this is going to wrap up. I love everything and anything to do with Beauty and the Beast, and especially since this is published by Disney Hyperion Press, I'm really interested to see how this is going to go. This is not on my December 2020 TBR, so hopefully I will be getting to it at the beginning of this next year, because I just love Beauty and the Beast, and I will eat up any retelling I can get my hands on, except for, oh, what was that book called? I have like the dust jacket. I'm not sure what happened to the book. It's As Old as Time, and I can't remember who that was by. It was by Lisa Braswell. I did not like that because, to me, huge portions of it were just the movie written down, and like it didn't have any of the magic or the pizzazz. I just didn't care for it. If you liked it, great, wasn't for me. So we only have one more book in this haul because, unfortunately, I am a college student and we are naturally broke. It's the nature of the beast, and that is Winter Song by S.J. Jones. And like J, like name J, not letter J. So this follows Liesel, Liesel, Liesl. I never realized that I didn't know how to say that until I tried to say it out loud. So she's lived her entire life knowing the tales of the beautiful, dangerous Goblin King. She's been obsessed with him her whole life, and she can't help but feel that her musical dreams and childhood fantasies are slipping away, because the Goblin King has always inspired her music as well. Her own sister ends up being taken by the Goblin King, and Liesel, I guess that's how you say her name. If anybody has any idea, please let me know. She has no choice but to journey to the underground to save her. Drawn to the strange, captivating world she finds and the mysterious man who rules it, she soon faces an impossible decision. And with time and the old laws working against her, Liesel must discover who she truly is before her fate is sealed. I'm very interested in this because I can't imagine goblins being painted in a light that makes me like them. I mean, like, goblins aren't normally something, like, attractive or nice, because, I mean, the goblin, I think of them like little warty green men that live under a bridge or something. That's a troll, but you know what I mean. So I'm really interested to see how they paint goblins in this novel, and I'm also interested to see if this is truly going to be a romance, because, I mean, it makes me think that way, at least, with drawn to the strange, captivating world she finds and the mysterious man who rules it. But at the same time, I don't know whether it's going to be romance or like a thirst for power, like she's never had the opportunity, or she can have a life that she wants under the mountain. You know, like this is a world that she wanted to be in, not necessarily because of who he is, but what he can offer her. I think this book could go a lot of different ways. I'm really interested, and this is the book I think I'm going to pick up this month if I get extra time. So this might be a December 2020 book, but I'm not sure. And I believe there are other books in this series. Yeah, look for the next book in the Winter Song duology. So there is a second book after this. I just didn't get it. So yeah, sorry this video is a little bit clunky. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I'm exhausted, so I guess that's why I'm like tripping over myself way more than usual. I'm back in classes, full force, living off of coffee. Finals are upon us. And holy cow, if you're a college student, you understand, but I don't understand why everything has to come due all at one time. So as far as the upcoming videos go, I will probably film 1 or 2 more this evening. So, like the same. Sorry, guys. And I should be finishing up A Court of Thorns and Roses tonight. I have 108 pages left. And that's what I've been reading a day, is 108 for whatever reason. Seems to work for me. So yeah, that'll be my first completed book of December 2020, and I will then be filming a book rant on it because, yeah, I've read it before, but it was way before I had a YouTube channel. And hopefully I saved the reading vlog footage. At the same time, now I'm thinking of it, I think I might have deleted it. So that's great. Well, anyway, there'll be a video on it. There will be another video coming up. I have talked about my booktube mail that I keep mentioning, and I think that's going to end up coming together. I'm working out some kinks with it. Unfortunately, the mail is just swamped this year because of everything with COVID. We're all stuck in. We have to shop online. So I think it's largely just delays in mail. But that is hopefully going to be solved soon. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Down below will be linked my Goodreads account and my Wattpad account, so you can keep up with what I'm both reading and writing. Yeah, that pretty much takes care of it. Soon also there will be a video me doing like a tour around my new townhouse, because I did finally sign my lease today. I'm so excited. I will have to go down and move out of my apartment at school and into this wonderful new townhouse. I'm so excited. My boyfriend and I have our first place together. Yeah, that's it before I keep rambling, because I have more to film. See ya.